Do we know a cause of attention deficit disorders?
Our understanding is that there's a control center in the brain that directs your attention, your focus. It's basically like the orchestra conductor of the brain. That area is underactive in ADHD kids. When they do brain studies at the National Institute of Mental Health, they're underactive. There's less activity in the control center than, say, a neutral kid or a kid who's doesn't have it. And so the reason they do give them the stimulant is that the stimulant stimulates that area of the brain so that they get the orchestra conductor kicking in and saying, okay, you listen for a while, hold your thought, wait till the teacher finishes. Okay, now they're asking for a question or an answer, raise your hand, contribute.
So if somebody thought there was a potential in the family for a couple of reasons. One, the mother during the pregnancy took certain medications, and some of them may be a trigger. Sometimes the kid is born premature and they do have some neurological problems. Sometimes they're in a family where there is some difficulty between parents, and some of these behaviors are more pronounced when there's stress in the family.
Absolutely. Typically, the parents don't agree on the discipline. They tend to argue, undermine each other, and in fact, what I find common in these families is there's a tremendous amount of yelling and screaming. And how can you expect a child to learn not to be impulsive and aggressive when you are modeling that behavior literally on a daily basis?
I always tell parents, if you yell and scream, it should only be if the kid's life is threatened, like running in the street. And a good example is when a kid's 3 years old, does something distasteful, hurts another kid's feelings. I tell you, stop. It's a teaching moment.
Yes.
Get the kid to perceive what he did, understand that he upset the kid, so he develops empathy. Bullies enjoy the pain they inflict. They have no empathy. So parents have to learn, you've got to teach that hurt is bad so they grow up caring about other people. Is that correct thinking?
You're absolutely correct. And unfortunately, what I'm finding in my practice is that parents are all working. Both parents are working. There's tremendous pressure in the household. The schools are putting huge workloads on these kids. And as a result, the parents are under siege to get these homework assignments done, multiple tasks in a night.
Go ahead.
Well, there's tension in the family, and there's a tremendous stress on parents. We live in a society now where they say no child gets left behind. This has created a situation where the schools, to cover themselves, are constantly inundating parents with the child's deficits. They don't want to be accused or sued later on that they didn't let the parents know about this and address it. The parents are bombarded. They are looking at it like they're being judged by the school. Now the parents have to make this kid behave and have to make this kid excel. The pressure in the family is immense. There's tremendous bickering. We've gotten way... when I was a kid in school, there were kids who were very bright, and yet they didn't do that well. And basically... probably not enough was done to address that, but now it's gone full swing in the other direction. There's absolutely, kids are under a microscope. If there's any little thing, the note goes home, or on Power School, which is the internet, they send these notes, your child seems to have a poor focus. Your child seems to not comprehend math concepts. Rather than the focus on teaching the child, there seems to be this focus on what their deficits are, and something has to be done, and that's where I think the draw for the medication comes. Well, if I give him this pill, I'm going to stop getting these notes.